thief and bill must pass. No 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 thief and bill must pass. Thief! 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 No thief and bill must pass. 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 No thief and bill must. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill. No thief and bill. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill. No thief and bill. No wicked bill. No dirty bill. No. No thief and bill. No. Folks, I want one yellow back to hold it. One yellow back to fast thing to hold it. Hold the camera. I want to thing, man. Just hold me back. No thief and bill must pass. 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 No thief and bill. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill must pass. No thief and bill. No thief and bill. I can't hold proof. No thief and bill. No thief and bill. Hold this thing. I want to hold this back here. Hold it up to your life. Hold on. Come like the carry here. Hold on. No thief and bill. 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 No thief in bill. No stinking bill. No dirty bill. No thief in bill. No thief in bill. No scandalous bill. No thief in bill. No scandalous bill. No thief in bill. No scandalous bill. No wicked bill. No dirty bill. No stinking bill. No dirty bill. No thief in bill. No thief in bill. No thief in bill. No dirty bill. No worthless bill. No thief in 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 bill. No dirty bill. No thief in bill. No thief in bill. No thief in bill. Good. People don't want the bill. Bring your pajama.
Excuse me.
Bring your pajama.
Bring your PJ, Kwame.
Bring your PJ, Kwame.
Bring your PJs on your pillow.
Bring your PJ.
Bring your PJ on your pillow.
Bring your PJ on your pillow. And your lover.
Bring your PJ on your pillow. Bring a sheet.
Rag night. Right, good. It's one jumbie they got. You have an play and jumbie. Jumbie lash. Anan. Yeah. Anan is jumbie. Anan is jumbie. No.
They're for the vacation with Savitri with the opposition. We must oppose.
Like the money you thief, the bill of the house and diamond. You know the thief. Say by them thief your lip. Come to my Kwame.
You take me for Frankie. You.
Bring your gun and come to Kwame. Bring your gun and come now. Are you men? Come to Kwame. They want to pass a thief and bill citizens together. We're not having it. We're not having it. Yeah, PM. Yeah. You the leader government business. Carry them back to work. You the leader government business, PM. Carry them back to work. You the leader government business, PM. You carry them back to work. Yeah. Not a thief. Not to thief him. Yeah. Folks, the government
Mark is a house slave.
process in passing this bill has been interrupted. Those of you who are joining us, we ask you guys to share the live stream. The opposition has managed to halt with loud protests this process to pass this wicked, nasty natural resources bill. Thus far, the speaker has vacated his seat. The speaker's seat is vacant. The government has been obdurate with the calls of several citizens to halt this process for wider consideration and deliberation. Huh? Do you not we happen to have light, boy?
Put it no to the committee and you tell the government saying
we in committee?
Hear what the people of Guyana have to say. You should be ashamed to be promoting the favorite.
Robert Sam.
Shame. You should be ashamed. All of you should be ashamed. Listen, if we have a camp out here,
folks, you are witnessing opposition protests in the National Assembly for this dastardly natural resources bill from being passed. The opposition members of Parliament are currently occupying the floor of the National Assembly. The Speaker has vacated his seat, and the process to pass this, what Starbuck News has deemed a deficient bill, the process has been halted. The process has been halted. There are lots of barbs being traded back and forth. Again, for those of you who are now joining us, we ask that you share the live stream. As opposition members of Parliament have taken to the floor of the National Assembly in loud protest against this bill being passed. The process has been halted. Debate has been halted. Again, opposition members of Parliament have taken to the floor of the National Assembly, and just moments ago were in loud protest against the passing of this wicked, nasty natural resources fund bill. It's anything but national, people. It's a couple of their cronies trying to siphon off the wealth of the people of this country. All right. Hold the focus. Hold the focus. Let me hold the focus. Folks, this is the National Assembly. The government was attempting to pass the publicly rejected Natural Resources Fund bill, and the opposition has taken to the floor of the National Assembly. And that process of debate has been halted. The Speaker has left his chair. He has vacated the chair. I think the Latin phrase is sede vacanti. The seat is vacant. Again, we're coming to you live from the Artichong Conference Center, where the Parliament is housed at this time. this area.
Lo and behold, on the floor, if you go back to the
Chief Whip of the opposition,
as fast as David submits one of his amendments, they voted on right throughout, and then they got it, add 2 words, and bring it back as if it's theirs. That is the wicked and vindictive behavior of them. And now you come to the national, the natural resource fund, and with no consultation, the civil society, political parties, organizations are saying that listen, just delay this thing for a few months.
Start at 1 p.m.
So that you give them
Start at 1 p.m.
to be part of the consultative process. Nothing of this side. They want to rush it through. They wanted to rush it through. And you know, part of the clause in that bill speaks to immediately once the bill is passed, that they will access the funds.
Not only access the fund, they will take all the money.
They will take all of the money. They will take all of the money. And that is the crux of the matter, is that we know that they have done overspending. They've dipped in the consolidated fund, they've dipped into all the funds that could possibly be. So currently, this country is almost bankrupt. And they need these resources in order to get them out, bail them out of the crap that they put the country in. That's why the haste and the rush is to get their hands on the funds. That is what they want. That's what it is.
Raise it on red shoe. Red car and red shoe. Folks who are now joining us, the opposition members of Parliament have taken to the floor of the National Assembly. The current sitting is being held at the Orchard Conference Center at Lillian. And a short while ago, the opposition members of Parliament were in loud protest. That seemed to have halted the debate of the passage of this bill for the time being. The Speaker has vacated his seat, and we're waiting to see what happens next. We are waiting to see what happens next. Folks, take the opportunity, as we always say, to share the live stream, and we want to see those emojis.
Or just you?
Yeah. Unless opposition members of Parliament are currently conferring with each other as we wait to see what the government does next. We are looking to see what happens next. And then more than likely they'll have another response from the members of the opposition. There's quietude in the National Assembly currently. Some barbs being traded back and forth, some heckling back and forth between opposition members of Parliament and members on the other side. But that is expected in any parliament. But the opposition members of Parliament have managed to halt the debate process. At this time, the Speaker has left his chair, and we're holding to see what happens next. We're holding to see what happens next. This is the wicked Minister of Local Government, Nigel Darmla. So bold in his wickedness, huh? Yes. And here we have a Member of Parliament, Tabitha Halley, who has some comments.
Well, first of all, good evening to all of your listeners. I think we in members of Parliament have recognized that we're the last line of defense, that in spite of all that civil society has said, the petition that came to the House, and that all the other organizations and political parties have basically asked that this bill be put on hold so persons can get a clearer sense of what exactly it entails and whether it is in the best interest of the people. The progressive party have decided to go ahead with. And we, as members of parliament, recognize that, you know what, this cannot be business as usual. We cannot allow this to pass because it's not just about us, it's about the future generations of this country. And this should not stand. And so we have recognized the severity of what this bill can do once passed. And with that, we made the decision that we would not allow it to come to go past this particular state. It must get selected. And so we will do all in our power throughout this night to make sure that that does not happen.
Thank you very much, Member of Parliament Tabitha Sarabu-Hali. Other members of Parliament are conferring with each other. As we said, for those of you who are now joining us, the government had just, the recess for Parliament had just come to a conclusion, and we came back to hear the debate on the nasty Natural Resources Fund bill. And that process was interrupted because of that was interrupted by the opposition members of Parliament, who took to the floor of the National Assembly to voice the concern of the Guyanese people that this bill needs wider consultation. Wider consultation. Oh, when your own medicine come back to you, eh? Be careful, the president is set. Your own medicine come back. For those folks who are now joining us, the government was trying to debate its Natural Resources Fund bill. And if you've been following the conversation nationally, that bill has been rejected from every quarter, every section of society, asking for wider consultation. There's one seat majority to pass that bill into law. There are amendments of the old act by the same name of 2019. Opposition members of the parliament took to the floor of the National Assembly and loudly protested the process. And the speaker subsequently vacated his seat, and the National Assembly is in a lot at the moment, as I'm certain those on the other side are contemplating their next move. And I'm equally certain that is going to be met with a response from the opposition. What you're seeing now is opposition members of parliament conferring with each other. And on the other side of the room, there's a lull on those benches. And we're going to continue to bring you these scenes as long as we can. As long as we can. And here we have MP Sherwin Holder, and he's going to give us some of his thoughts.
Thanks, Sharon. I think this what we're doing here today is absolutely necessary. You've seen the outcry, public outcry on the very bill. There's much need for broad consultation and consultation with the opposition, especially and civil society. The opposition represents, at least to represent at least half the country. And so we must be consulted. You know, when you consider the implication of this bill, and for not only this generation, but future generations, our children and our children's children, there are serious implications here. They are essentially dismantling the guardrails of democracy, the guardrails that we put in place while we were in government. And they're dismantling it, creating a condition whereby they can take whatever money they want and do whatever it is that they want. And so we cannot allow that. We cannot allow that in this manner. You know, we've got to safeguard our oil funds. This will have serious implications for the future generation. And today, I think this action is very necessary. The action that we've taken in Parliament here, the protest action that we've taken in Parliament here.
Thank you very much, MP Sherwin Holder, sharing his thoughts with us. Again, for those of you who are now joining us, we indulge you to share the live stream. Folks, the government was about, the installed regime was just about to debate the Natural Resource Fund bill. The bill would have amended that one of the same name that was passed into law and became an act in 2019. And the opposition members of parliament took to the floor of the National Assembly, voicing their dissent very loudly. The Speaker of the National Assembly subsequently vacated his seat. He vacated his seat, and so there's a lull in the Assembly at the moment, except for Ganesh Maipal, and and we are waiting to see what happens next. And these are scenes from the National Assembly live coming to you. Scenes from the National Assembly coming to you live. Again, opposition MPs conferring with each other, and on the government benches there's a lull. We're waiting to see what happens if and when the speaker comes back. We are hoping that they bring a halt to this process and allow for wider consultation, which has been called by civil society that time was not given, and this is not the best bill we could have brought to the National Assembly that gives oversight to how our oil and gas wealth in particular is spent. And so these are sites coming live from the dome of the Orchard Conference Center, where again opposition members of parliament have took to the floor in a short while ago, very loud protest, saying that they do not agree with the passage of this bill. The Guyanese people, several organizations across the political spectrum, social spectrum, religious spectrum have spoken out about the inherent dangers in this bill. Folks, again, scenes from the National Assembly. Scenes from the National Assembly. As we wait to see what happens next, as opposition members of parliament took to the floor of the National Assembly, voicing very loudly and vociferously their concerns that this bill needs some more work, that it has a lot of inherent dangers for the Guyanese people, the spending of this oil wealth, etc. And currently there's a lull. The speaker left his seat, and as long as we've been on, and now it's about half an hour since this protest has started, and we're just holding to see what happens next. What will be the response of the government if they are going to give some more time for public consultation? And if not, I'm willing to argue there'll be a response from the opposition members proportional to that. So, guys, I would rather suspect you get your popcorn and your cokes. Get your popcorn and your cokes. And stay tuned. We're going to be on as long as we can. As long as we can, folks. As long as we can. Again, there's a lull on the floor. I'm certain the speaker is conferring with the clerk and with the PPP. I'm certain he's conferring with them as to what happens next. Hopefully, better senses prevail and they decide to halt this process of imposing this bill on the Guyanese people as law, where only just a few of them, their friends and cronies, have oversight over our national patrimony, this oil and gas wealth. Now, the very act that was passed under the AFC administration says it's not only for us, but it's for future generations as well. And again, uh, news media like Sabuk News, like Kaito News, has come out saying that this bill should pause. We saw the Georgetown Chambers of Commerce, the Article 13 group speaking against this, the Transparency International group, Guyana speaking against this, and across the social spectrum in this country, across non-governmental organizations, we saw political parties, as the coalition is, and other independent parties speaking out, individuals coming out against this bill. There were citizens protesting just today in front of the National Assembly a passage of this bill. And I think every right-thinking Guyanese says the PPP going along the wrong road. We're trying to ram this bill through Parliament, as Kaito News characterized it in an article just yesterday. Ram this bill through the National Assembly to get their hands on the oil wealth. And that is what this is about. They don't want to have to consult with anybody. They don't want to have any oversight. They don't want to have any checks and balances, any transparency. They want the money for themselves. That's what's happening here. And the opposition have took a stand today, taken to the floor of the National Assembly to voice very loudly their displeasure in this bill on behalf of the Guyanese people. That's what's happening. Again, what you're seeing here is opposition members of parliament conferring with each other as to what happens next. And on the other side of the aisle, as we say in parliamentary terms, there is a lull.
And what we are doing here is just what the people want. We have had a bill whereby we give 22% authority to look over natural resource funds for this country. And we are here because the PPP wants to amend that and put a 5-man committee. We are saying that we need to have people to oversee and account for
Country you want to take back?
from our
When you disrespect the parliament.
this money is not PPP money. This money is not affluent.
Look who's talking, Agile.
Our ancestors work hard in this country and set up so that we now can be beneficiary of oil. We are saying, and like we are representing the people by saying that here what happens. This bill must be taken to the Senate committee. It must be dealt with in a different manner. We must have public consultation and education, and the people must decide what really must happen. Amending it to 5% literally puts it in the category whereby a few will decide the fate of the dynasty. We cannot afford that. We cannot afford that at this time. If we want to amend it, let us put more personnel there to oversee what really needs to happen. We have 22, put up to 50, let there be 5 representatives from each region so that we can have a better accountability.
Thanks for that.
That is the name.
It's
We
slip.
do not want 5% to just represent and decide the fate of 750,000 persons. This thing about having a few friends and Tony and dealing and looking after the welfare of our people must start. The people must decide who and what needs to be done as it relates to proper system, proper laws to manage this. This is not a little law that we will pass and phase out after a couple of years. This will decide the fate and the poverty level for our children and grandchildren. We know that there has been a lot of borrowing, happening right now by the PPP, and we are seeing that this will be used. This amendment will be used to as a slush fund to repay all these monies that have been borrowed. And we do not want that to happen. We know that if we put systems in place now, that our children and grandchildren, all of them will have an educational base to make life happy in this country. With this big PPP, then our children will have to pick up a new.
Ain't if you have touch money.
We do not want that for our Chinese population. So the people of these quarantine region 6, I'm a representative and I'm calling on you. Whatever media you have to air your views and air your concern, let it be heard. Go on social media and say what you want this bill to do. Say what you want the people the funds to do. So we will continue to be in poverty, and just a few individuals will enjoy the benefits.
And there you have MP Jai Prashad giving his views there. Hold this for a second for me. Monitor right there. That's perfect.
Oh Lord, you must stand up right in this assembly. You take your finger, please, and you hold the highest right there. Absolutely no shame. You are all
Probably got check this. Folks again. I know nothing, you guys, because I have to cross Pussy. We can cross Pussy. I'll cross Pussy. You cross Pussy? I'll cross Pussy. This thing is not strong. Anything I chop this in. See, folks, again, sites from the National Assembly. Where protest against the passing of the Natural Resource Fund bill continues. Mhm.
All right, Bishop. Come on. Come on, Bishop.
And the man only carrying about 5 seconds of that, you know. All the talking.
Robson, remind him what he did in the Parliament. Có người má điều qua khoảng mình nặng đấy má.
Come on, DPI. Fairness, DPI. Fair and balanced coverage, DPI. Fair and balanced coverage, DPI. Taxpayers' resources. Taxpayers' resources, DPI. Taxpayers' resources, DPI. Wow. Kemal, oh Kemal. Oh Kemal.
Yes. There we go. DPI got that.
So the Department of Public Information is refusing to interview the opposition chief whip. They're refusing. Department of Public Information refusing. Let's see this. Y'all got a dictatorship. That's what y'all got.
You agree, right? You agree. That's when you agree, man. Let's go.
You all agree that the DPI should cover the opposition? No? No. DPI refusing to cover the opposition. DPI staff giving instructions. We understand these guys, they're not political, but they were given instructions by their bosses, the political bosses, not to cover the opposition. We understand. We ain't gonna show with them. Alright? We ain't gonna show with them. Alright, these guys are honest and decent folks. But they've been given instructions. Watch, you see? For me giving them instructions. Watch. For me giving them instructions. Bringing government members. Watch. Alright, the only government members should be interviewed. Watch.
With taxpayers' money.
With taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money. You see? Political instructions to a government, public funded, taxpayers funded. Do interview, Sanjay.
Leave the interview.
We understand the dictatorship. We don't expect nothing else. And then go to talk about transparency and fairness and inclusivity. One Guyana. One Guyana. One Guyana. Yeah. Robeson telling them to take the camera and go outside. One Guyana. An opposition can't be interviewed by government media. One Guyana. One Guyana. One Guyana. One Guyana. Is it because y'all don't interview them? But we ain't gonna be professionals. We have nothing against the professionals, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing against these guys, the professional people, but they've gotten the instructions, and you know, people want bread. People want to eat in this country, so they're gonna comply. You folks, you see it? Folks around the world, you all are seeing that? You all are seeing that?
This is the demonstration that you
Yeah. One Guyana. And the opposition cannot be interviewed by government media. One Guyana.
Like Anand.
Anand Prasad number one.
The government media, Department of Public Information, was given instructions not to interview opposition members of parliament, and we showed you that there. And then they're gonna go on television, go to the UN and talk about one Guyana.
You better be careful that I put you in the pen because you're a pig too.
Depends.
You better be careful you
Depends.
don't go in the pen because you're a pig too. You're a pig.
This one I need to pocket in something. The charge. Another one might work. I'm going to ask about my phone with an Android charger. The Samsung.
Let's go in there. Let's go.
Ask her here.
Bloody whistle them. Bloody whistle them.
Yeah.
I'm at 12%. We need it quick, folks. We need it quick. We need it quick. We need it quick.
Ricky, yeah, Android charger. Huh? Type C. Charger, phone charger.
Bring it, table. Yeah, you have the table here? Yeah, bring it. Push your body, Ricky. Push your body, Ricky. Almost on the power. Power. Again, government media refusing to carry opposition comments. Pick by y'all, Susan. Pick by y'all. Pick by Jagdio. Pick by him. Give us a break. Pick by Jagdio. That's the public be telling. It's the public be telling. They hear it yet? Not tonight. The government is refusing to let DPI interview opposition members. Why you worry with that? What is your problem? You come and lead them. You're so interested. Come and lead them. You come and lead them. It's last sheep stopping the passenger yard bill. Yeah? It's the last sheep stopping the passenger yard bill. Last sheep. Right, sit down, Kwame. I need an Android charger. I need power.
Just imagine Susan in government and her justification is we want to be joining the power. Is you ain't government and she gets the power?
The thing too big. This too big. Push people. Because we live, it's sucking up.
Yeah. But you're right.
And that's their power. Anna, where is Ricky?
Folks, thanks for staying with us. We are in the National Assembly. We are in the National Assembly, and we are witnessing currently the protest against the government bill. This is the Natural Resource Fund bill. Has been met with lots of opposition in the National Assembly, folks. and we are going to try to bring you guys as much as the coverage as we can. Again, the coverage of the National Resource Fund bill in the National Assembly. And I'm just making sure that we have all of the right pieces that we need. Apologies there. Let me just make sure we have this right. Again, share the live stream. We're going to continue to bring you guys coverage wherever you guys are joining us from. Let me make sure we have all the pieces correct. Yep. That being said, folks, we're going to continue to bring you these scenes from the National Assembly, of course, with what's happening on the ground of the Assembly. And we should have our colleague Randolph Critchlow joining us shortly to pick up some of the coverage. Again, we're coming from the National Assembly live. Yep. And we're going to try to get more of that for you. Folks, bear with us. And Randy's going to take some of it from this point.
I have to. Sherrod, are you hearing me?
Yes, Randy, I'm hearing you, but I may have to move in a second. So you take it from here, and I'll come back in just a little bit, folks.
All right.
Great. I'll be grateful if you put your camera in the other orientation so we get more of you and less of the thing. Yes.
Right, folks, thank you very much for staying tuned. We are coming to you from live from Parliament, where you just saw what is happening inside of the hall there. The opposition MPs staging a protest to stop the reading of the Natural Resources Bill as we continue to bring you images of what is happening there. I will be joined by Sherrod Duncan in just a minute again, but just to give you an update of what has happened, right? Of what has happened. The bill was supposed to be read by the Minister of Finance, or the senior minister within the Ministry of the Presidency responsible for finance, Ashley Singh. When that was supposed to happen, the opposition intervened and asked that the bill be sent to a special select committee. That, of course, that request was denied by the speaker, and the opposition proceeded to disrupt the session in protest of that. Folks, I'm trying to get a good place to get some light, right? So forgive me as I try to move around to get proper lighting as we're here. And as I said to you, the opposition interrupted this session, and we go back just in a few minutes to the House and show you what is happening in there. But right now, the speaker would have suspended the session. And nothing is happening in the House right now. We'll get some MPs to give their comments in just a few. But as I said, after the session was interrupted, as you saw on the live, the opposition MPs took to the well of the assembly, made their voices heard, they blew whistles, they disrupted the session and suspended the session for now. Again, folks, these MPs are the last line of defense for the Guyanese people. We have last line of defense for the Guyanese people who would have put them there to look after the affairs of this country and the resources of this country. This bill seeks, of course, as we were hearing all day and all yesterday, to remove those safeguards that were put in place by the Granger administration in 2019. The Natural Resource Act that put in place safeguards, including a 22-member committee that would oversee the affairs of the Natural Resources Fund. And so the removal of that and basically putting 5 persons who were handpicked by the president is what one of the things that raised the loudest alarm bell for Guyanese, and who are concerned about what will happen with their resources. So folks, we're keeping a close eye on what is happening. And as the MP said, they are not going to allow any reading of this bill. They are not going to allow, if it means that they have to stay here all night to disrupt any reading of the bill. That is what they will do. because they cannot allow this to pass. I mean, the Guyanese people, civil society, private sector, everybody has said to the PPP that, look, this cannot be allowed to happen. And so they continue to stand in solidarity with the voices of the Guyanese people. And we'll take you back to the house in just a few as we get the feed sorted out from Sherrod in the house, and we try to get that sorted. But just to bring you up to speed, that's where we are. We'll continue to bring you any information as it happens here at Parliament, folks. That is the situation. We're going to be showing you also throughout the night some comparisons, just for Guyanese to understand, some simple comparisons of what the Natural Resource Act that the APNU AFC put in place has in it, the safeguards that it has in it, the things that will protect the patrimony of this country from anyone who wants to do anything untoward, to what is being proposed now by the PPP with this natural resource bill. This natural resource bill that seeks to remove those safeguards. And the thing is that the warning signs are there. The warning signs are there, and Guyanese have said that we need to heed these warning signs. The persons who are out on the street today protesting, and of course, we'll continue to protest. Folks, we'll continue to bring you information as we get it here live at the National Assembly at the Chung Conference Center, as we bring you more of what is happening. Forgive us for our lighting situation right now. I'm hoping that Sherrod comes back in and give you some more image as to what is happening there. I will turn the camera around and give you an idea, try to walk out and give you an idea of what is happening outside of the National Assembly, right? Let me see if I can turn the camera around. Just a second, folks. Stay tuned with us. Stay tuned with us. We're continuing to bring you live coverage of what is happening at the National Assembly. For those persons who have joined us, as it is right now, everything is, well, we're going to be continuing our coverage even late into the evening as we continue to bring you what is happening here. We want to rejoin Sherrod in the house. Hopefully we get an idea of what is being said. We want to be able to bring you some of the comments from the MPs.
So I think that's what happened. It's like I'm giving you a warning.
So, it's still like, concrete. Folks, right, good evening. We here with MP Ganesh. Michael Ganesh, what is the situation on the floor right now?
It's simple, Randy. What we are asking for is for this bill to go to a special select committee where we can have wide consultation and a view of the Guyanese people. Not a bill that can be brought in such quick time, hurriedly put together, and with an attempt to legalize thievery of the Natural Resource Fund. That is our primary objective. And don't tell me about parliamentary norms and practices. Bishop Edghill, we remember what we shouting for rape in the National Assembly. What we are doing here is standing up for the many voices that would have signaled their non-consent to this bill. And in that vein, we have to stand strong and resolute to represent the people's interests. And we have to do what has to be done. And that is exactly what we're doing.
So again, just for viewers here, the protest action on the floor, do you intend to keep this up? Do you intend to listen to any reading of this bill?
No, they gotta send it. They have to agree to take it to a special select committee. The people's voices must be sounded. Must be sounded.
Yeah.
Must be sounded through their elected representatives.
Yeah.
We are their elected representatives.
Why would you?
They want us to make that representation, and we are taking the mandate from them.
Yeah,
that is what we are.
Why would it be?
We gotta go.
Okay, I heard you, Bill. I heard you, Bill. I folks, we continue to bring you National Assembly. We heard there the bill to restart. Okay. So we're going to continue to bring you the images of what has happened. Everything here is fairly calm, but the bill is being run for those MPs to Parliament. Right?
Honesty is still in your responsibility to amendment. You may continue with your presentation
The protest is about to continue here, folks. The protest activity is about to continue in the National Assembly.
Which is the second of two major pieces of analysis. One is there, is one of the two, the line wall, the review, Nothing understood.
The speaker is trying to reconvene the process of the debate, and opposition members are refusing to move.
The replication of the capital and the convening of the election. So instead of respecting the consequences of the no confidence motion, and instead of respecting the constitution of Canada, the AFC government on defining the constitution, remained illegally in the parliament and came back to parliament on the 3rd of January 2019.
No defender! No defender! No defender!
To the parliament, a natural resource conduct. So that
No defender! No defender! No defender! No defender! No defender! Install. Take your own medicine.
Honest behavior in the National Assembly.
You're starting it. You're starting it. You're starting it. Medicine. You're starting it.
And force through the parliament a national resources bill.
No defender. No defender. No defender. No defender. No defender. No defender. No defender! 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 No thief and bill. 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 No thief and bill.
The Act did not have any semblance of a governance structure.
Talk your shit.
Indeed, sir, the Act vested all executive power and authority in a single individual.
Confusion in the National Assembly. Crisis in the National Assembly.
The Minister of Finance was granted power, was given the power to exercise oversight of the overall management of the fund, to approve the investment mandate of the fund, to approve the investment.
No thief and bill.
To appoint the investment committee, to appoint the macroeconomic committee, to appoint the investment analyst, to determine the sustainable model, to determine the fiscal model, and therefore for the department
No thief and bill.
was an absurd concentration of power into a single bucket of all powerful APNU AFC Minister of Finance. And the concentration of that power in their Minister of Finance is all explained by the first bill through Parliament at that time.
They got in the speaker. They got in Ashley. They got in Ashley. Oh, Father. The progress bill. They got in Ashley.
When they demonstrated a clear intent to steal the 2020 election.
Like, are you stealing the money? Stealing the money? No thief and bill.
And so it's a common accident that this bill got to Parliament after the
chaos, crisis in the National Assembly with the passing of this new confidence, with this natural resource funds bill.
So additionally,
crisis in the National Assembly.
To create a smoke screen. They sought to
the speaker being guarded. The speaker being guarded.
That there was some kind of governance and participation by civil society. So they established, sir, a public oversight and accountability.
Speaker being guarded, the miss.
But that, sir, was a mere smoke screen. Because if you examine the powers of that public, the function of the public oversight and accountability committee, sir, that committee has no decision-making authority.
Guardian Speaker.
The committee has no role to play in the governance of the fund in terms of making decisions or approving anything. The public accountability oversight committee is no screen that it was. Solely play the role of monitoring and evaluation.
No thief in bill.
Consultation. In other words,
that's the government today. Guardian the Finance Minister.
In fact, just a passive mechanism for passive observation of the management of the fund, rather than a mechanism to exercise effective governance, oversight, and management. In addition to that, sir, there were other fundamental defects in the AFC's natural resource fund. These include, sir,
they are guarding the finance minister. The installed finance minister is trying to bring this bill.
To be infected with ministerial capacity to influence and infiltrate. And in fact, sir, is incomprehensible to the overwhelming authority of the ladies. We have witnessed, sir, in the last few days, a lot of commentary about how much under the formula, the simple and transparent formula that we are proposing to introduce in our
member Parliament.
We have heard a lot of commentary about how much money will be transferred under our simple and transparent formula. It is significant to note, sir, that not a single commentator Not a single commentator has been able to indicate how much money would have been transferred under the APNUAFC formula. And the reason for that is that it was designed to be a mystery. It was designed to be mumbo jumbo and hocus pocus. The exclusive preserve of a dictatorial and autocratic APNUAFC finance minister, part of the dictatorial and autocratic APNUAFC government.
They're guarding the finance minister. They're guarding the installed finance minister who's trying to deliver his presentation, aiming to pass this bill. that's the government. Thank you, guys.
Without coming to Parliament, expenditure in relation to fees for advisors, expenditure in relation to the Public Accountability and Oversight Committee, a variety of items. We are proposing to outlaw that and to require every dollar that comes out of the fund to be appropriated by the National Assembly. And so, sir,
Questions to the National Assembly, people.
It is not an accident that we are witnessing this disruptive and sluggish behavior by the APNUAFC.
Y'all would know. Y'all would know.
It represents a dramatic improvement in transparency, in accountability, led by His Excellency, I am honored, sir, to bring this bill to Parliament today, to submit it and to move at the appropriate time, that it be read the second time and subsequently be read the third time and be passed. I thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Thank you very much, Honourable Members. You can take your seat, please, Honourable.
Nobody's taking this seat.
Give the chair. Honourable Members, the question is, the bill may not put to the vote for second. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Let the bill be read a second time. Now, also now we have the committee for assembly.
This is a legacy, Mr. Speaker.
The House is now in committee. This bill has for 7 copies and 2 schedules. I will now put the question that all for 7 copies and the 2 schedules form part of the bill. I now put the question.
I wish to speak, Mr. Speaker. I have an amendment. I wish to speak. Shame! Shame! No! Shame!
The people of Guyana have seen you for who you are. The international community have seen you for what you are.
Watch them. Watch them. Folks, we're going to take a break here. They were determined to pass their bill, and they are in the process of doing that. That's what they are there. We're going to take a break, and we'll come right back to you later on.